Recently, I have been doing a lot of thinking on what kind of businessman commands my respect. I have arrived at the following conclusion. I can admire the man who builds his fortune inside the laws and regulations. The kind of man who cares about his employees, and he cares about his consumers. The kind of man who knows that money is only the means to an end. The kind of man who wants his employees to better themselves. There are only two kinds of business people I do not like. The kind that encourages brotherly love, and the kind that builds their fortune outside of the laws and regulations. They are both equally dangerous. The first kind is what I would call a communist businessman, but this is a misnomer. As in communism, everything belongs to the people and to the public. There's no such thing as private property. The first kind encourages you to work harder to support those who cannot or will not support themselves. The currency of this business is need. I myself am a firm believer, and the only man that needs help of any kind is the kind of man that will pay those who help him. The other kind of businessman that I despise is the kind that I would say is the worst of the two, the one who builds his fortune simply to build it and does it outside the law. He is the businessman who hires the illegal immigrant because he is cheaper than a legal citizen. The kind of man that says, "Don't think or you will get fired." The kind of man who wants to keep his employees stupid. The one who doesn't care about what they produce and whether it will harm the consumers or not. It is my personal belief that these two kinds of people are the root of our economic problems today. I'll say the blame lays more on the few of the second kind than the first kind, however, this is only partially true. The first kind, if they stuck to their own morals, would simply freeze the economy the way it is. The second kind are the kind that led to the ruination of our economy. It's unfair, however, to blame just the business people. There were other factors involved as well, one such being the government. The government has been a little too comfortable, in my honest opinion, reaching into the pocketbooks of certain corporations and taking their money. And when they get elected later on, they pass the laws in favor of those corporations. This is neither proper nor is it just. It feeds the fuel of conspiracy theorists and gives more leeway to those who wish for economic equality, because after all, when everybody is making the same amount of money, nobody can donate more than the other to a politician and get favorable laws passed. I find myself more for economic inequality because to me the cash is a motivation to do better. Now I've been told that cash isn't the main motivation for some people. It is more motivation for other things, like a higher purpose. I believe that money can be used for higher purposes as well. It has been used to fund research for life-saving cures, and it has been used to build homes in countries that need it to better themselves. I like to think that when it comes to economy and business, I would wish to follow the style of Carnegie. For those of you unsure of what that is, he preached that you must spend 1/3 of your life or so learning all you can, 1/3 of your life applying that and making all the money you can, and the last third of your life giving that money away to charities. Now let me speak of my beliefs on society. In today's society, most of them follow the pyramid of society, being the biggest and the base of the pyramid, friends and family being the middle section, and finally self. I find myself disagreeing with this structure. I believe it should go friends and family at the base. It is the biggest and has the most impact. Self being the middle. And then society being at the top. This may seem opposite to what I've said before about the kind of businessman I like. This is far from true, for the businessman that follows my thinking would know that he can use his money to better provide for his friends and family while still being able to care about the products he provides for society, because if he provides quality products, more people will buy them, and the flow of cash will increase, and then he will be able to provide for his family and friends. According to this thought, it is this businessman that provides the best interest to make the best products possible to provide for his family and friends. Now, my thoughts have been influenced by multiple thinkers. Among them, in scoff if you will, are Ayn Rand, Andrew Carnegie, Henry David Thoreau, and Waldo Emerson, as well as Dante Alighieri. But those aren't the only thinkers that have helped shape my thoughts, like the history teachers and my family have. Thank you.